Hey guys, another day down. Tired. Getting ready to go to bed. It's like 10:30. We've actually been home for a little while. Dad's asleep in his chair. And I came in here to do a hey. We both actually got sleep last night. Dad got up and went to the hospital the plan was to go to the hospital. He was going at 6. Then he was going to come back, and then we were going to call the bank and do some bank stuff and then go back together. But when I woke up, I ended up calling him and he said, "You need to come." She was very unresponsive this morning. She wasn't answering much of anybody. She was just kind of out. But and she spiked a fever, which they put ice packs on her and fans, and her blood sugar is staying high, so they're trying to get that regulated. And but this afternoon her fever broke, and what else? I'm trying to think. My brain's not working too good. She would say hi to you. You can't, well, I can go in her room if I put on a gown and gloves. But if I just stand at her doorway, I could talk to her. She's not in a very big room. I mean, her bed's like right there. But if you go into her room and touch her, you have to wear gloves and stuff because of the infection. So my dad was at the door. He goes, "Look who I brought." And she looked up and I'm like, "Hi, Mama." And she's like, "Hi, baby." So she didn't know who I was, which is good. And she said hi to Mom and Grandma. She said hi, Mom, to Grandma. And they gave her a bath today. And I said, did the bath hurt? And she's like, "Oh yeah." Because, you know, they have to move her around and stuff. And I know that had to hurt her wound. But the surgeon this morning said the wound looked really good. We're just trying to get all her vitals up to get her more stable. Because they thought they were going to have to take her in for more surgery tomorrow. But apparently the wound looks really good. I mean, it's huge and gross, but they think they got most all the infection out. So that's a plus. At one time there was about 10 of us up there, and then towards the end of the evening it was just me and Dad, and we went to have a bite to eat down in the cafe. We don't go to the cafeteria. We like a little coffee shop cafe, and we were having a little cup of soup. It was cream of asparagus. It was really good. And as we're eating, the nurse called, and it was just getting hard for her to breathe because she's getting over a cold and her lungs are a little congested and she's just having problem breathing. So they intubated her. Is that the word I want? They put the tube down her throat. Excuse me, to help her. And I'd heard rumors of she might have to do dialysis, but I don't know. It depends on if her kidneys, once the fever broke, I don't know, her kidneys might kind of feel a little relief and maybe start working, because she is producing urine, just not very much. That's my day. Oh, and my cousin from Upper Michigan, that's about 7.5 hours to their house, and they had doctor's appointments today in Petoskey, Michigan, which is not in Upper Michigan, but still about 6 hours away. Because up in Upper Michigan there are no big hospitals hardly anywhere. You kind of have to drive to go anywhere to have any kind of medical stuff. And her husband had surgery on his arm, and he had to have his staples out. Well, she had carotid artery surgery, and she had to have a checkup and stuff going on. And they had packed their clothes, and they were going to leave from Petoskey and come down. Well, she called, talking to Dad, and then Dad starts crying, and he passes the phone off to me. And then I get on the phone, and we was okay for a second, and she started bawling. She goes, "Stacy, we can't come because apparently her doctor's appointment didn't go the best and she has to have some more tests." And and she was not happy that she couldn't come down here. So that was kind of an emotional time, because her sister was sitting right across from me, and she had to go. All she could do was cry. So I hung up. I said, "That was your sister," and she's bawling. I said, "She isn't coming. She can't because she has to have more tests." But that's about all I know. I don't know if it's something serious, or she couldn't really talk. She was so emotional, she just couldn't talk, because she had her heart set on being down here tonight and being at the hospital. So hopefully once all of these tests are done that she has to take, she can come. I'm doing okay. I'm just tired. Why is it sitting in the hospital just so tiring? Man. I'm gonna yawn. Tomorrow morning we have a list of stuff to do before going back to the hospital. I mean, we told them, is it okay for us to go? And the nurse was like, she's okay. You know, if anything happens, we'll call you. And the only bad part about that is we live about 25 minutes away from the hospital. And that is usually always the longest 25 minutes ever. That's why I like calling Lizzie when I'm going to the hospital, because it makes the time pass pretty fast. But tomorrow I have to call the bank and find out some stuff about banking stuff, and we've got bills we gotta pay, and I gotta pick up my new glasses, and I gotta stop at work and fill out my payroll, my pay ticket. I only worked like 2 days and an hour. I told my dad, I'm like, "Dad, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna have much of a paycheck." And he's like, "Whatever you need to get paid, it'll get paid. You need to have a car payment, I'll give you the car payment. Don't worry about that." And I'm like, okay. And so that's good to know, that I don't have to really worry about money right now. Yeah, I'm just babbling now. 10:44. I'm going to bed. When I get up in the morning, I'm going to take a nice long shower, start the day over, go back to the hospital. Man, I've talked for almost 8 minutes. I'm sorry. On Thursday, we're having a family meeting with the doctor. It was set up through the counselor that, you know, he's gonna come and we're gonna get into a room, and we can ask questions, and he'll tell us what's all been done to her, what the course of action's gonna be, you know, what's going on, because they thought that it would be good for us, because there's been so many people trying to call to ask, because, you know, I call, Dad calls, Grandma calls, you know, cousins call, you know, is she okay? And so he wants to set us down and just, you know, whatever we have to ask, we can ask what we're curious about, you know. So that'll happen on Thursday, and hopefully between now and Thursday at 1 o'clock, we'll know what direction she's gonna go more. So, okay, I've talked to you all long enough in this monotone voice. Oh, it's funny. Now I'm going to bed. Goodbye. Oh, and thank everybody who has sent me such nice messages. And thank you, Lizzie, so much for keeping people updated when I call you. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And, you know, no, I haven't watched much of anything, and I don't even know what's going on. Like, I was on the phone with Lizzie today, so what's going on? Anybody post anything good? Yeah. So, thank you all. And, oh, quick one, Janice, Goldilocks, the message you sent me, I printed out and I read that to my dad, and he was very appreciative of that information. Very, very appreciative. So, we're gonna look into that. So now I'm gonna go because I'm almost out of time. Bye.